Hey guys, Planet Everything here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a backflip on the trampoline. So this is one of the most basic and essential flips on a trampoline, but also the most feared for some reason. So when you go back over your head, everybody freaks out because it's like, wait, what if your head caught the ground and you snap your neck or something like that? And in reality, it's a lot more dangerous to do a front flip because they're a lot more difficult to land. So if you can see my point here, when I'm doing a front flip, I can land just the slightest bit off axis and completely do a messed up landing and hurt my back or something. But on a backflip, you seem to always land up and down. But if you're a beginner on a backflip, you'll land something like that. And it's not going to be a huge issue. But to get over that fear of going back over your head into somewhere where you can't see, that's how I'm gonna try to teach you how to do that in this video. So try doing this, which is a back bounce and then back over your head. And that can really help. But to learn that, you should learn how to do backwards roll like this. And then once you've done that, then you go back to something else, which is getting over that fear of going over your head. So pretty much, you start by doing pretty much a backwards cartwheel. So you go, and you stick your hands out, and kind of extremely walk and drive backflip. So, and over time, you start going a little more like that every time, and then you just do a backflip. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time, and you'll probably start off doing your backflip handstand things like this, which is bailing out halfway and just going like that. So try not to do that, but if you can, get it inside your heart to really trust yourself to put your hands underneath your head and start to gain that spatial awareness. Like that. That was a good starter cartwheel backflip thing. Just to get that feeling of going over your shoulders. And it's like a good way to break down that mental wall of being scared of going over your head. And so start off by just going with one arm maybe and just going. And that's probably how you'll start. Hit that back. And then on your first backflip, once you feel like you've really gradually taken it up from backwards cartwheel to more of a back handspring almost, then it's time to start moving your hands. And in order to do that, you have to do a partial commit, which is what I'm saying by that is you have to get to the point where your head is facing the ground without having your arms on the ground. That is the most difficult part, because if you can get there, then you can go and then land like that. Because once you can get around over your head, then you can put your arms down, because you don't want to have that momentum of doing a backflip and then bend your back because you put your arms down too early and you stopped your momentum and threw out your back or something like that. But if you go and do a backflip and then land with your hands on the ground and your knees on the ground, and you can start. Then you've pretty much done it. You just need to start to gradually go higher and higher, and then ball up more and more, And a lot of people on their first backflip will actually over-rotate, which is not something you want to do, because although I hate doing this trick, I'll do it for an example video. You backflip back bounce, and you can almost get a concussion by doing that, because you see the ground and you kind of like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. My next, doesn't need to be tensed up. And then you go, wham, slam your head on the ground. And when you do that, you get a pretty bad headache. It's not the most fun you can do. When you do your original, like, straight off, when you do your first backflip, most people like to do this, where they push their heels into the ground and their legs into the ground with forward momentum, and it drives them diagonally into the trampoline. So therefore they bounce out diagonally. And then they'll either fly off the trampoline if you don't have a net, or you'll just fly into the net. So that's not a great way to learn, because that's the only time that's going to be helpful is on a tumble track. Every other time you're doing a backflip, that's going to be a serious nuisance. So if you can start your backflip rotation by going straight off the ground, perpendicular to the ground, then it will help you so much in the long run. So that's like, this is the wrong way to do it, and then this is the right way to do it. So pretty much, you've got a lot less travel area on the trampoline that you're going from point A to point B as opposed to point A to point B. So by doing that, you really start to need to use your hips. So to do your backflip properly, you need to use your hips. That's where all of your rotation comes from, is from your hips. And so you can get in the air straight off like this, which is completely straight, and you use your hips to rotate, then you have your perfect backflip. So you go by using only your hips. And if you can use your hips, then you can learn to gainer, and you can learn to do all these fun tricks off of the deviation of a backflip. But yeah, that's the essentials. You start off with a little backflip cartwheel, and then you go from a backwards cartwheel to a backflip, landing like this, and then you go a little higher and go up and do a backflip. Yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and also please share with your friends, because sharing is caring.